Hi everyone! So today we'll be doing a neck and shoulder series together. The series doesn't require any props, you just need a place where you can sit comfortably, whether it's on blocks, on the floor, maybe you're in a chair. It can also be done standing if that's more comfortable in your body. Wherever you are, we're just going to begin by lengthening up out of our sit bones right to the top of our spine, all the way to the crown of the head. We're going to interlace our fingers, whatever way is most comfortable and natural in our bodies. We'll interlace right up to the webbing and root those fingertips into the backs of the hands. We'll turn the palms away from us and we'll extend those elbows. From here, let's inhale those arms nice and slow up overhead. Being mindful that we don't want those shoulders to come along and eat those ears. We want lots of space. So if we have to bend those elbows to relax the shoulder heads down, making sure we can shake that head for no, then we do so here. Maybe the arms are straight, maybe the elbows are bent. Wherever you are, the neck is nice and neutral. And we'll just take 3 deep breaths here together. When those 3 breaths are complete for you, we're going to bend those elbows a little bit, slowly release that interlace of the hands, and we'll bring those arms out to a T, so nice shoulders height. We'll turn the palms face down to the floor, squeeze all those fingers together. We'll turn the palms to face forward here. Really lengthening those shoulders away from the ears, lots of room for the neck to move. Let's have a mini micro bend in those elbows, but let's really lengthen those fingers away from the shoulders here. Good. From here, we're going to turn that right palm to face up towards the ceiling as we turn the left palm down to the floor. And then left palm turns up to the ceiling, right palm turns down to the floor. And just going back and forth, back and forth. Remembering, when we're working with the neck and shoulders, and specifically the nerves of the neck and shoulders, we really want to be gentle. We never, ever want to push to our edge. We want to listen very carefully to our body. If this is comfortable for you and you want a little bit of a deeper stretch, maybe we rotate a little bit past where we began. Remembering, at no point do those shoulders creep up towards the ears, and at no point do we force or agitate in the neck. Continuing to squeeze the fingers together, continuing to lengthen the fingertips away from the shoulders. We'll go a few more, just like that. Good. And then we'll come back through neutral, so palms facing forward. From here, let's flip the palms to face down. We'll separate the fingers apart, and then we'll push through the palms to draw those fingers back towards the crown of the head. If this is too intense, you can always bend those wrists less. If it's still too intense, you can always lower those arms down, right? There's always options. If you're comfortable here, I like to think like there's walls on either side of me. I'm rooting my palms into the walls and I'm trying to draw my fingers away from the walls back towards the crown of my head. I imagine I have a heavy shopping bag on my elbows, drawing them down towards the floor, and I have to use my elbows to lift them back up towards the ceiling. Breathing here. From here, very gently, we'll draw that right ear towards the right shoulder. So going really nice and slow here. Really mindful in your body. Again, never pushing to your edge, just going to that perfect level of stretch for you. We never ever feel pain. If you want a little bit of a deeper stretch, I like to think about pushing that hand into a wall, really lengthening my wrist from my shoulder on that left side. Maybe we lower that chin down towards the right shoulder. We'll go 3 more deep breaths, just like that. And then let's rotate that chin back through center. Bring the head back through center. Remembering if we ever fatigue or we're feeling tension in those shoulders, we can bring those arms lower, right? Always taking whatever works for you. From here, nice and gently, let's lower that left ear towards left shoulder. Remembering if we want more, we can really think about rooting that right hand into a wall as we pull those fingers back away from the wall towards the right ear. Everyone's breathing. Maybe we turn that chin down towards the left shoulder. We'll go 3 more deep breaths on this side. And then we rotate that chin back through center, bring the head back through center. Nice and slow, let's bring those arms down, relaxing through those wrists. Place the hands on the thighs, palms facing up to the ceiling, and just relax through the neck. Maybe close to the eyes. We'll take 5 deep breaths here. And those 5 breaths are complete for you, gently opening the eyes. Let's take our opposite interlace with those hands now. So whatever interlace doesn't feel completely natural to you, one day ideally they feel exactly the same. Again, we're really interlacing right up to those webbing of the fingers, rooting the fingers into the backs of the hands. Let's turn those palms away from us and push through the palms to extend those elbows. From here, nice and slow, beginning to draw those hands up overhead, really committing to keeping that interlace of the fingers, especially those pinkies. Remembering we can always bend those elbows to relax the shoulders away from the ears if we're starting to become jammy in our neck. Wherever we are, let's take 3 deep breaths here. When those 3 breaths are complete, we're going to gently bend those elbows a little bit. We're going to release our interlace. And again, let's bring those hands out to a shoulder's height. This time we're going to turn those palms so they face up towards the ceiling. Again, I'm really lengthening from my fingertips to my shoulders. I'm micro bending that elbow. I like to imagine here like I'm holding onto a cantaloupe in either hand. So my fingers are really nice and active. They're trying to grip the cantaloupe, and I'm trying to lift it away from the floor as it's weighing my hands down towards the floor. From here, without anything changing in those fingers, so really nice active fingers, we're going to bend the left wrist in towards us as we extend those right knuckles down to the floor. And then we'll go the other way. Left knuckles bend down, right knuckles bend up. Back and forth, extending and bending through those wrists. If this feels like enough for you, stay here, remembering you can always lower those arms to make it less intense in those shoulders and neck. If you'd like a little bit more, when the right knuckles pull down to the floor, maybe we want to bend that left elbow, bringing the fingertips to the shoulder. And then going the other way. Remembering we always have options to make this accessible for us. The fingers don't have to come all the way to the shoulder if that isn't comfortable. Ideally, I like to think like I'm just moving that lower arm as the upper arm stays perfectly still. Nothing changing in those hands. It's like we're still trying to hold onto a cantaloupe. All the fingers are working. Good. We'll go one more on either side here. Good. And then coming back through neutral, back where we started. We're going to rotate the palms to face down towards the floor. We're going to draw the hands down so they're halfway to a T, nice 45-degree angle with those arms to the body. Let's take our thumb to the inside of our palm and we'll wrap the fingers around the thumb. If that's too intense for you in the thumb, you can always take that thumb to the outside of the fingers. Wherever you are, we're going to think about pushing those knuckles down towards the floor, bending through the front of the wrist. Really lengthening from those armpits down to the knuckles. From here, we're going to rotate those knuckles back about a third of the way behind us. So they're not turning all the way, they're just about a third of the way back. Rotating right up to the shoulder socket. Only if it's comfortable for you. From here, nice and gently, we're going to lower that right ear towards the right shoulder, using those muscles in the neck. Remembering we always have options to lower those arms further. If you'd like more here, you really want to think about rooting those knuckles down towards the floor, lengthening away from the shoulder. Maybe that chin turns down towards the right shoulder here. Trying to maintain nice length on both sides of the torso. So we're not collapsing into the right side body. We're lengthening from hip to armpit on both sides. And then slowly let's bring the chin back through center, head back through center, and then nice and slow, left ear to left shoulder. Remembering if we want more, pressing through the knuckles, lengthening the knuckles away from the right shoulder. Everyone's breathing. Never forcing, never agitating. Especially when we're working with our very precious neck. Maybe we rotate that chin down towards the left shoulder. And then slowly rotate that chin back through center. Bring the head back up through center. Relax those wrists. Let's release that thumb. Again, let's bring those hands to the thighs, facing those palms up towards the ceiling. And let's just take some nice deep breaths here. Maybe closing through the eyes. And just letting that all go.